In our matchup tonight, we'll see El Paso going up against Providence. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And it's Providence to start out. And here is Wright. They set the pick. Down low. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 10-footer. And he overshot that one, missing. And it's Providence's ball. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
And it's Bona missing.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Jokic, no good.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Pass to Hachimura. And the layup's good off the glass.
And the confidence Hachimura has in himself, knows he can score from this area when given the chance.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Here's Wright, and Wright throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for your host team.
The first free throw is good.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on two things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Now here's Edwards. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to Edwards. And stolen by Williams. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Howard.
How about the level of activity this dude just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
Here's Rose. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
And it's Providence's ball. .122 left for the first half. Good work there as it goes. Howard's got the lead up to 4 now for Providence.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
This one for 3. Good on the triple. Lillard's got 5 now.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Inside, Williams.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Martin missing. Providence leading by 3. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Lillard with it. He's got 5. Shoots over Collier. Rebounded by Howard.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
And that's just a risky play. To make a heave like that, not worth it.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Hachimura touched it last.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Providence ahead, leading by 7. And we'll be back right after this.
The visiting team, 16.
El Paso trails by 7. Here's Jokic. Jokic rising up.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
To the paint. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Edwards. Fast break, here they come. Moving it up. And Wright throws it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Here's Lillard. It's tipped. They get it back. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries again. Rebounded by Providence. Here's Bona. Nice ball movement by Providence. To the middle. Here's Wright. And the dunk by Wright.
And right there, you see the decision-making ability of Hachimura. Sets his man up perfectly.
Lillard. Here's Jokic. And it's denied. Right outside. Back to Hachimura. To the inside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Assist from.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Providence.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
How about the ball hockey defensively, moving their feet, anticipating, and then also coming up with steal.
Hachimura with it. Picked up by Rodman. Edwards on the bounce. And it's Wright sending it back. And that's out of bounds. El Paso will keep it. And it's El Paso with the ball. Trailing by 13. Inside. Here's Howard. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Providence leading by 13. Pass to Gobert. Over Tice. And another basket for Providence.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Now here's Edwards. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
The shot by Williams, no good. And it's El Paso with the ball. 15-point game. Edwards can't hit. Here's Howard. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Now here's Howard. After the miss from Kyle Anderson. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Foul. First team foul.
Here's Lou. To the paint. Here's Mobo. Off on the layup. It's Rodman with the ball for El Paso. Here's Edwards. Excellent D from Howard. And it's Providence's ball. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Pass to Lou. And he drives in. And he dunks it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's sent back by Howard. And he gets it back. Out of bounds, Providence takes possession. Providence leading by 19. Pass to Jock. Boom, he jams it straight down.
The assist goes to...
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. And Providence will go for a different look here. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the three. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Clock at 6. Pass to Yabusele. A three-pointer is right on target. Yabusele's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hachimura with it. Picked up by Edwards. Here's Lou.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Personal foul.
It's stolen by Vanderbilt. Now here's Wright. There's the drive. And finished off by Wright.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And it's Jokic missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some sort of momentum.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And so Providence takes the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.